Welcome back to another video brought to you by Game Glitches, and in this video we will talk about how you can find yourself missions that are worth millions. As you can see here, just a simple delivery missions of 9 slaves, you will get 4.3 million if you round it off, and a medium reputation influence boost. So without any further ado, let's see how you could earn 10 to 20 million an hour, depending of course how lazy you are. Now let's see what you need to do to achieve this. First of all, you need to obtain about 17 million. Why you need 17 million? Well, you need 6.6 million or so to get yourself an ASP. Without any discounts, we're just talking about straight up legit, no discounts, no faction, no reputation, any kind of influence, just pure money. Then after that, you would need to travel. For example, this is one of the stations that I just found. There are plenty of these stations out here. For example, you could go to Fehu, F-E-H-U. Fehu, if you would take a look on the map, these are where my ships are located, is located about 361 light years away from any reasonable location, you know, where the power play is happening. This is on the map. This is where there are a bunch of ones. Fehu is mostly Empire, so you know I kind of found it here due to the help of the Mobius Guild. Very appreciative, very grateful. Thank you very much, guys, for all that help. You know, just giving a shout out. Once you of course obtain 17 million, you now need to go and deck out your ASP. Well, ASP is the best ship because, well, it can jump the furthest, and it's decent, and it can board in stations. You know, if anything bigger just would not be able to board onto. So, now let's go to the way we outfitted the ship real quick. You outfit the ship with a smaller type of a power plant, bigger one not recommended, because just simply for a fact that it will kill off how far you can jump. You know, you want to just use you know, a power plant 5.3 because you're really not going to be eating up any energy anyway a lot. So I have no hard points except one electric countermeasure. You need a 5A frame drive, that's the most expensive, and thrusters. You know, sensors are irrelevant. Power distributor, you know, is also quite nice, but you know, that's not mandatory. You could straight up copy me. If you want to go further, if you found a location further, you could replace these cargo bay with more fuel racks. That's the most important aspect of the game. If you're wondering, of course, right now, how did you make 17 million, or where can I get 17 million? Please check out previous 3 videos. Starting with the first one, we'll explain everything and just save up 17 million. Should take you about 5-6 hours gameplay to make that money, maybe even less, you know, depending on how much effort you put into it. It's all matters person to person. Now, once you outfitted your ship and have it created max jump range, you know, also make sure that to save money for insurance. Just to show you, if I would decide to sell my ship, it would cost 14 million or 77,000, you know, because also the 10% cut. So basically about 15.5 million approximately, you know, 15 point something million would have been the plus insurance money. You know, you don't want to lose your ship and completely have to start from scratch. So, as you could see, you need to put a lot of investments into it. While doing this, you will also obtain enormous amount of reputation. So what you need to do, once you find one of these stations out here, you go to bulletin board. You let it load for a moment. I just picked up that massive mission, and then you look at the other missions that are available here. For example, just so I could show you that the other mission was no hacks, right here, 4.3 million to go to Pastara Shine Port. Now, let's take a look. If we go to Pastara for the city nearby, you will make a cool million for just carrying 3 things. This is why you don't need a large cargo bay. This is why I said you could even replace fuel. You could go out further and even find more profitable missions. I just figured I'd show you guys this one just for an example. So meaning they're paying you 310k, or at least more, 313 per each cargo. Damn, why not? Just so demonstration's sake you accept it. Also, these missions out here, if you find them broke missions, you look for something that are stuck in red. For just 5,000, look at this, effect on reputation, high. Influence low, but whatever. You're looking for reputation. I went from outsider to baron in 6 hours doing this, meaning I've made about 100 mil and went up 8 ranks. What's the loss here? Yes, it is a little boring. I'm not going to disagree with you. A little annoying. But hey, it's profitable. As you can see, reputation increase, and there you go. So you don't think I am BSing you? I'm currently Baron rank. I just completely went from zero entrepreneur to halfway through in a matter of several hours. The next thing that you need to do is, after you obtain all the missions and cleaned out the board, is going to be a little annoying and, in some cases considered to be slightly exploitive, but it's all within the legitimacy, within the rules of Elite Dangerous. You will not be banned, you will not be harassed, you will not be suspended for this. It's just, people look down on it. Then you would proceed to exit the game. Then you would go to start, either go to private group or go to solo play. Go to starport services, open them up again. Go to bulletin board. And there you have it. It has reset missions. Unfortunately, this is random, so you can't predict if you're gonna get a good ones or so. You could just keep jumping through them, every 5 minutes. But I always pick up charity. What I mean, by the way, every 5 minutes is once you go to open play, solo play, and your group play, you gotta wait for 5 minutes for all of them to refresh. But let's see where this is going. This is going to Starports Puzem, Divade. This one is going to HR 494. Unfortunately, they're no good to me because they're all going to to the different stations. Therefore, I will, ignore this. It's also highly recommended to create a PDF file or where you can get them, where you got your missions, to see, if they are profitable enough to carry per how much goods you carry. I recommend that you don't take missions that ask you to carry pay you less than about 200 to 300k per cargo, per something piece to carry. For example, if you can take a look right here in this place, I'm carrying 9 slaves for 4.3 million. Basically, they're paying me about 500,000, about 400 to between 400 and 450,000 per slave to carry. Also note that you will have illicit cargo and could be fined at the starport, but the fines are insignificant. As you could see here, the fines are 2,000, 6,000, 3. You could just pay them off, and you have like several days, a whole week to pay them off. So you won't even become wanted for several days. So you have nothing to worry about. Sometimes I heavily recommend that if you run out of things and you don't want to sit in a station and do the restarts, you could just go to another station. I just went to Frigineck Resort, found another mission off the bat, looking for Pareto cargo transfer to HIP 10492 for 4 cargo, paying me 4.5 million, 1.1 million for per cargo. I'm not complaining. Don't mean to sound annoying there, but this is they pay out of the ass for you to basically bring them stuff over there. And sometimes you'll get lucky, you could get multiple missions to go there. I usually avoid these emergency ones for a simple reason, because they're 22 minutes to deliver. The other missions, the ones that are expensive, like I can't pick this one up because I'm not a tycoon yet, but they have like a 17-hour lifetime. You have all this time to do these missions. And of course, if I was again high enough rank, I would have been able to pick this one up. See, it's going to again to hit 10,492. And this one would have been 1.5 million. So within one trip, I would have made, within one place, I would have made 6 million. Once you collected yourself a beautiful set of missions, you can now mentally plot yourself a route back. I recommend that each stop should be no less than 1 million, at least. So if you jump between two stations, even within the same system, it should be 1 million per jump. So you do 20 jumps, you make 20 million. No less than that. Also, make sure that you take yourself a fast route. If you take an economical route, it'd be more complicated. The next patch would include boosters, so you could even go even further. This is before 1.5 comes out, so you can work with the boosters as additional things that you can spec out your ship with. Please note that while carrying your cargo and doing your missions, you'll be interdicted very, very often. You have two options: either submit and then just run away because your ship is so fast and so light, or you could just technically fight it out with them. It's honestly your call, depending on what you like to do. I tend to fight them out because it's just entertaining. Kills a little bit of the boredom of just purely trading back and forth. And we evaded it. Please be careful. One important thing that one should note, that when you're picking up a mission, make sure that you take a look at how far away the station is. If the station is too far away, as you could see here, you could spend a lot of time just purely traveling in super cruise mode, just heading towards it. I picked this station on purpose to demonstrate to you guys that if you do this, you will end up traveling for a very long time and your profits could greatly deplete. So please be careful and make sure that you choose the right station and do your research. So that's why I'm say to build up a spreadsheet. This way you will know exactly how far something is before you pick up the mission. Another example of a mission where you'll be carrying illegal cargo is, for example, right here. As you could see, this mission, is yielding me 4.7 million. Meaning that just for delivering few cargo, I will be making 4.7 million. With, again, if they fine me, they only fine me several thousand, because the fine is not based on how much the mission is worth. The fine is based on how much illegal stuff you're carrying in your ship. So if you're carrying just a few things, the fine would be very little. This method would take you a little while to learn, to understand, and to perfect. It took me a while to also learn just simple gathering information on where the bases are located and where is the best trades to go for. This is all based on what information you gather, what rank you are, and what's available to you. So it might vary from person to person. Again, if you need help with obtaining the 17 million, please check out the previous 3 videos. Today is already November 21st, and those 2015. Those videos 3, I have tried them out again to make sure that they work, and they work wonderfully. As you could see from the comments below, that you can easily generate yourself 17, 20, 40, 100 million within a day or two. It all depends on how much effort you put into it. So if you're having issues of first making money, please check out the first 3 videos. First one is on how to combat, second one on outfitting, and third one is on trading. They're all consistent and follow one after the other, so you can't really just jump into the middle. I would highly recommend for you to watch those if you don't know how to obtain 17 million. If you do, or if you already have 17 million, then you should just do currently what this video has explained for you to do.